All right, I'm going to call this meeting to order. And on this historic day, I am proud to pledge allegiance to our flag. And I invite you all to join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of
the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Councilmember Mazzoni?
Here.
Councilmember Palmer has been asked to be excused. Councilmember Parham?
Present.
And Chair Zinda.
Here. Okay, we have an election of officers, chair and vice chair, on the agenda. However, we are missing one of our commissioners, and I make a motion to table the election until the next meeting.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Election is tabled till the next meeting. I don't see any public to make non-agenda comments, so we'll go past there. Are there any conflicts of interest, apart from the fact that I love to shop at Grocery Outlet? Okay, then we get on to our public hearing about the conditional use permit. Do we have a staff report?
Yes. This is basically the same almost, the same ordinance, the same everything as last time. This is at Grocery Outlet and is proposed to take up one parking space. And that's really, if you look at the staff report, I have it bolded there. I think I've been kind of like a mistake in the past of thinking that they all had to have a fence, but buried in the text there, it says, or in lieu of such a wall or fence, painted the color of the primary structure as conditioned by the use permit. So just having a fence around it or being out of sight, I guess, isn't necessarily the case. And in this case here, we have this ordinance that seems to have a lot of criteria in it already that almost should be, checklists. So other than that, they do have, there was one provision that says that a container cannot be placed on required parking. So basically, that means the key word there is required. In this case, they're overparked. Their required parking is 75 spaces, and they have about 94 there. So it's not taking a required parking space, and it will be as conditioned, as it is here, that will be, we should probably add this as a condition to paint it with the matching colors of the building. Otherwise, it's really ready to approve. And we also have a notice of exemption. It's pretty easy one. Obviously, it's not going to impact the environment, but it does fall into accessory structures, including garages, carports, patios, swimming pools, and fences. And that's section 15303 subsection E of the CEQA guidelines. So my recommendation is to approve it, but if you guys want, even though it's in the ordinance that they're supposed to paint it, if you'd like, we could add that as condition number 4. That's my staff report.
Okay.
What color is
And
it
also,
now?
I guess I want to go over, as you can see on there's a air code that has the location. And they have plenty of photograph evidence in the staff report as well.
I'm sorry, Keith. I
Sorry.
cannot tell what you're saying. You're breaking
You
up.
can't?
Can you say that again slower?
Okay, I think it works better when I don't hear the audio. So, even though it has to be, the ordinance says it has to be painted, you heard that part, right? We can add that as a condition if you'd like. But I also wanted to make your attention to the air photo that's in there, and that shows the location. And also, the applicant provided a lot of photos of the spot. So you can see where it's going, and that's about it. It's pretty much approvable just as the ordinance is written and as it's proposed.
Okay, all right. So, conditions of approval, okay. Would you like to say anything, Rodney?
I don't really have anything to add other than the fact that it is my intention to paint it the same color as the building.
Okay. I have a question. You have a lot of materials stacked in what must be around the one spot that you want to use this for. Are these building materials?
They are additional shelving that I have acquired to add to the store's display area. In this time of COVID, I've had a really hard time having enough labor to get it done and as fast as I wanted to. But that should all be utilized within the next month to 6 weeks. So we'll get that out of there, and or the remainder of it will be stored in that storage container. That's the whole idea, is to use it for shelving and display racks because we don't have enough room in the back room.
Okay. So, let's see, I'm trying to look for the overhead. So you don't feel like these materials will be around for that long, and they won't be around on a regular basis?
Well, the materials that are there now, no. But inside my store, I have a lot of materials that, extra shelves for when we do resets and when we change seasonal displays. We have extra shelves that we sometimes put in, sometimes take out, and we need a place to store those so that it's sightly and it's not in the back room where we're full with consumable goods that we sell.
Okay. Because in the future, with the new businesses going in all around you, if you do continue stockpiling a lot of materials on the outside of your building, I would recommend thinking about a fence.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to do, is clean it up so it looks good. In the back, around the corner, I have some things that I have stored back there. It's just a horrible place for it. And I'm trying to consolidate everything so we can keep everything clean, and any of our broken shopping carts, we'll be able to find a place to put those. I'm trying to make it so it's more sightly. That's the whole intent of this.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay.
I just have one question.
May I add?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. I want to add one thing a little bit. It seems like if you look at the air photo, at that point in time, there was a lot of stuff in the back. And that's a fire lane. So that has to be a certain width. And I think that's what you need to really pay attention to right now, is making sure that fire lane is clear into the back.
Right.
I think
Yes.
20 feet is
Steve has been down and explained to me where I can be out to. As a general rule, I think when that picture was taken, we were having a hard time getting bales picked up because we didn't have access. They didn't have a forklift, and my back door was broken. So that was kind of an exception. But we still,
Okay.
Steve has shown me what I can do, and we're really good about staying out of the absolute fire lane area.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be good. Contact Steve.
Okay. So, knowing that you plan on dealing with the storage issues, I trust you that you will.
Thank you.
And do any of the commissioners have any other comment?
So the only question I have, and this is for you, Keith, condition number 3 states graffiti shall be removed within 24 hours from any storage container or screening. Obviously, we know that Rodney is really on top of making sure that place looks good and for the city and its customers. But my question, I have 2 questions. One, is that the same condition that we apply universally to all applicants? And then my second
Yeah, as a
question,
matter of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Keith.
Section E of the ordinance, you can take that off the conditions of approval, but it says it right there, graffiti shall be removed within 24 hours of any storage container or screening. That's right from the ordinance.
Gotcha.
But, as we know, we did make this law, I think, for other reasons. Seems like we wanted to prevent or make sure that aesthetics weren't the issue in like a residential zone, let's say. But it does say be removed within 24 hours by the section of the municipal code. So we can eliminate that from a condition, but it still kind of applies to everybody.
Right.
If that's your question.
And on one hand, I'm kind of curious as to why we're adding conditions that are already in the ordinances. And on the other, I expect that most of our businesses and residents, especially the businesses, want to keep graffiti off of their structures, and they do a great effort to do so. My concern is I don't want to create a condition of approval that could be difficult or impossible, because I don't think that allowing graffiti on your business is in the intent. But if it happens on a holiday, are we really going to go cite a business owner for not being able to address that in 24 hours? It seems like kind of an arbitrary timeline.
Okay, I'm all for eliminating any of these conditions because they really pretty much are right out of the ordinance. I just kind of thought some of the ones for the fact that there's no fence around it might be important, For one, the first one, storage containers may be used only for this. See, that's right out of there too. That's like the first section, that's section A. So yeah, you could take those out of the conditions of approval, but they're still in the ordinance.
So you say,
That's what's weird about this ordinance. It's really kind of a checklist. It shouldn't really be a conditional use permit, if you ask me.
it's already
So,
in the
did you have
ordinance.
another question?
Nope, that was it. Thank you.
So we could take out condition 1 and condition 3. Is condition 2 in the ordinance?
Yeah, they're all in the ordinance.
They're all in the
I didn't
ordinance.
dream up any.
All right. So really,
Yeah, I just thought I had to put something.
Well, I don't think they're not unreasonable, these three. To
No.
me, I mean.
Well,
when
they're
you
already in-
It just seems like a redundancy
Yeah,
that we're
redundant.
putting our ordinance in
Yeah.
conditional
Yeah.
permits, so.
But he's going to take care of it.
Exactly.
That's what I mean. I'm looking at, for those who don't take care of it, which
Yeah.
we dealt with a lot, but this, I mean.
I mean,
I
my
don't think
understanding is the spirit of the
They're not going to
ordinance
get a
is.
ticket in 24 hours, is what I'm saying. That's just not going to happen. They don't.
Right.
They don't work that way. They won't even see it for 6 months. So you got, you got a little spare time. But I mean,
Right. Well, in my mind, the
Back up.
spirit of the ordinance is so that we have recourse as a city if we have someone who's negligent for a period of, say, 6 months.
Right.
I just don't want to, belabor it, redundancy, and hammer on a good business. I'm sure you've reviewed the ordinance and are aware of your responsibilities. So,
yeah. I don't think it's here. Just might be. It's either here or there.
right.
That's how I look at it. Either way.
do we have to,
Staff is completely comfortable with removing those or adding to whatever. It's really up to you guys.
okay. In this recommendation, do we have to bring up the CEQA exemption? It says it doesn't even,
Yeah,
do we have to bring that up?
yes.
Okay.
A suggested motion might just be to adopt the notice of exemption and approve the project, but then add the conditions or take away the conditions that you want, or leave them alone, but that's what I would suggest, all in one motion.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything to say?
I'm good. All sounds good to me.
Okay, I would like to make a motion to approve the CEQA exemption and approve the use permit for the prefab storage container under the condition that it be painted the same color as the building. And this is for 268 East Vista Grocery Outlet, Mr. Rodney Barr.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. The motion is approved. Okay,
Thank you, Rodney.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it very much.
thank
you.
you. Take care.
Thank you.
I believe we have an approval of the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second,
Wasn't it from last month?
October 21st.
Yes, thank you.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Do any of the commissioners have a report?
You have time, try to come down to the council meetings. They say that they're, I think you're part of the staff, so if you ever have time, the next council meeting, I just said, just come in and sit in on it, watch them.
The next one?
Yeah, just come in and check it out. I don't know what's really on it. I know that I hit the first one of the year, and then I was at the budget meeting there the other day, and so it was enlightening. You
Okay.
get some information, if you get time, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just let them know, Sandy know ahead of time, and they'll prove it. I mean, there's so many can be in here, but if you get a chance, I'm just saying.
Okay, all
So,
right.
Sandy, I've got a question on that. One of the reasons I haven't joined the council meetings recently is because of the restrictions for seating. So are we being allowed to come in for the meetings now?
Commissioners, council members,
Okay,
and staff.
okay,
Okay,
great. Thank you. Good to know.
No, it's nice.
thank you.
You're welcome.
So we have all our staff reports at this point.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add.
I would like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting then.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Keith.
I
Thanks,
think
Keith.
Good night. Have a good one, everybody.
You too. See you next month.
Night.
Yep.
I broke my record.
You did.
Under 20 minutes.
I'm impressed. And that was with me, talking more than I probably should have.
Yeah.
Well, you should be hired then. You're good.
It's not something it's not a goal, but
Hey,
nobody seems to complain.
no, I don't.